What's up, guys? Charles from Team COG here, coming at you with the updated Crusadia deck profile. So the ban list just dropped, I think, yesterday, guys, and as we all know, Hornet drones got limited to 1. I kind of called that from the start. However, if you guys have watched the Black Guard combo video, you guys would know that I've been testing with some ways to work around it when this hit would happen, so I've been prepared for it. So, guys, without further ado, before I jump into the video and explain to you the changes that have happened and the explanations to why they happen, please remember to go check out our sponsors down below, Game Time Cards and Collectibles. We'll link their website right down below. Also, guys, if you're going to the 200 YCS, they'll be there. So please just stop by, let them know you're a fan of the team and that you like our content. Also, guys, Amber, she'll be there. She's the co-owner. She makes custom field centers. Like I said, in almost all my videos, she makes fully customizable field centers, front, horizontal, any way you want them to be made, she makes them. So I'll link her email down below. So if you want your own custom Crusadia field center or just custom field center in general, please just shoot her an email. She does almost flawless work and they're at affordable prices. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump into the deck profile. So of course, guys, we're playing our 3 Maximus. This guy's the main guy. I see people playing him at 2, and I think that's incorrect. By opening him, you just allow your combos. You like the cards if you open him, that's one less card you have to search for. So that allows you to search for your Draco, your Magia, not your Magius, your Reclusia, your Leonis, even your Arborea if you want to. And this card, along with Arborea, have very interesting synergy with Black Guard, which I will explain further in the video. But if you guys don't know what Crusadias do and you're new to the channel, every Crusadia shares the first primary effect to special summon themselves from the hand to a zone a link monster points to. Maximus here just doubles battle damage, and Arborea just is a Return of the True Dragon Lords protection-wise for the deck. So, but then we play 3 Draco. Draco is amazing. He is probably second best to Maximus just for the fact that you can chain block out your Magius or your Regulex, allowing you to successfully resolve them, which is really good. When he is summoned, he adds a Crusadia monster from the graveyard to the hand. And now to something that new we're playing, or not really new, but an up number, 3 Reclusia. So I've noticed people only play this at 2, and I can understand why. Going first, he's bad. However, going second, he's really good, and allow me to give you a quick throwdown to why he's good going second. So his ability, him and Arborea also share very similar synergy. Reclusia's effect is on normal or special summon, I think, if I remember right. Let me read here. If this on normal or special summon, this card allows you to target a Crusadia monster, or a Crusadia card, excuse me, and a Crusadia card and a card your opponent controls, and destroy them both. Interesting fact with this card, though, if you chain Crusadia power, you can target the Crusadia power because all cards stay face up on the field until resolution. Interesting little kind of like tech thing you can do. But I chose to up Reclusia for this fact that Reclusia is really good at baiting back row, forcing the scapegoats, forcing the strikes, forcing all this stuff in the back row. And also whatever he is really good at popping or pushing out the negates. Like a Trigate negate, if you just special this to a zone or just use this card can force the Trigate negate and get it off the board. So I thought going second when you're trying to summon into an established board, Reclusia is better because he allows you to bait out those problematic cards. Also, same with Draco, he is a chum blocker. So going second, you can make Reclusia Chainlink 2 and Magius Chainlink 1. And the card I decided to cut down on is Leonis. So Leonis is down to 2 just for multiple reasons. I've decided to cut the cat engine, and that really hurts me because I love the cat engine. It just increased the ceiling of this deck. But with the recent Forbidden and Limited list, Callby went down to 2, so that makes it to where that you can't, the probability of you having Callby to protect your cat is now less. And I've tried to make this the best optimal build that I could. So I had to cut it down. So I cut down 2 Leonis. Also, because of Leonis doing piercing, most of the time you'll just be whopping into attack position monster, or mostly one of the tokens that you give your opponent through Black Garden, or a link monster. So the piercing never really comes up. However, since Scapegoat is still at 2, when you force the Scapegoat with Reclusia, you have the ability to search Leonis, or if you have Leonis, the ability to punish them for the Scapegoat. So that is it for all the Crusadia monsters. Like I said, guys, I've been testing 3 Reclusia, and I really think Reclusia is good at 3. I know a lot of people argue with me and say it's not. However, in this deck, you want to open at least 2 Crusadias or Crusadia plus an extender. And Reclusia is just really good because you're just able to bait so much. Like, upon testing at locals, like, having this guy, like, when I had this, and, like, they had 1 card set, or they had a monster negation on board, or, you know, you never know what they had, just having the ability to normal this or special this, and kind of push whatever they were hiding or push what they were holding to allow you to later on successfully resolve your Crusadia combos was really good. So I think this is better at this point than Leonis. So that's just me testing, and that's just kind of like my explanation for it. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. It is, I think, 2 in the morning. I just got off work, so my explanations might be a little bit off, so I apologize. But we'll just jump right back into deck profile. We're still playing 2 World Legacy, World Crown. This card's extremely good. It's a negation. It's an extra negation that you can end on top of its 2,000 body. It's kind of a pseudo Crusadia monster, being able to special summon itself to his own link monster points too. It has the effect that whenever a monster from the X deck would activate its effect, you contribute it and negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. And the other effect about where it's normal summon very seldomly comes up. There is a few combos that you can do to normal summon it. However, they're very steenious, or whatever word. Like I said, 2 a.m. guys, 2 a.m. talk. It's very hard to pull that off. He's really good. I really enjoy this card. I really would never play it at 1 just for the fact that you do want to see it because of its 2k body and its negation. I think there's a 3-card combo that I've been experimenting with. It's a 3 cards, and as long as World Legacy, World Crown is one of them, you pretty much end on a equal max negate, a pop with Vanguard, and a World Legacy Crown. So in theory, on paper, 2 negates and a pop, which are really good. And I just really like it. Like I said, I'm a really big fan of the World Legacy story so far, and I really like Crown. I would never play it at 1, unless maybe when we get the new Crusadia Crawler card that allows you to search any World Legacy card, I might cut one down for a World Lance, because that is protection on your turn, allowing you to drop Lance, which is the World Legacy Honest in a sense, except for kind of reverse. But other than that, I think I'll still play for the remainder of this format till we get Soul Fusion. I think I will still play 2 just because the negation and the 2k boost to your equal max is very needed. So we're just going to continue on to the Kaiju package. We're still playing 4 Kaijus, 2 Gamma and 1 Dogoran and 1 Humongous. Like I said, guys, these are going to be any 3 Kaijus you want to play. I'm just very upset that this deck got cheated in so many rarities, so I have to play all the shiny Kaijus that I can get. There is a 3-card combo that you can do that if you guys want to see it. It involves Kyoto Waterfront. You pretty much end on a first turn board with Saryuja Skulldread and Gamma Seal with 3 negates. Shout out to one of my friend Adam Justice. We throw back ideas constantly. We talk about the deck. He's the one that actually found the combo, so I don't get any credit for it. However, if you guys want to see it, I will gladly show it to you. But that's it for the Kaijus. I also saw that 4 was an appropriate amount. If you didn't want to play, it's almost like hand traps. You didn't want to play too many of them and end up clogging up. You still wanted to see your Crusadia monsters so you could combo off. But I found that the 4 is working pretty good right now. I always have one when I need it, and always drew one when I needed it. So still open to testing, and still might be worth tinkering with, since the format is still technically new. But on to hand traps. We play 3 Ash Blossoms. So this is the best hand trap in the format, I think. It's the most universal. Allow me to correct that statement. It can just hit everything, all the things. I've always been an advocate for playing the 3 Ash Blossoms. And that's the one thing I've really liked about this deck, is you can just play the 3 Ash Blossoms. You didn't really want to play too many hand traps, just for the fact that you want to open Crusadia monsters more than you would like your hand traps and everything like that. You don't want to brick with hand traps. But I chose to play 2 Ash Blossoms, and then 3 Ash Blossoms and 2 Droll and Locks. Gosh, guys, I'm sorry. I decided to try this out and test this out Draw Unlock is level 1, which allows you to make Link Kuriboh, which we are playing Link Kuriboh now in the X deck, and I will show you why when we get to it. But Draw Unlock is another card, especially now when like I feel like Ash Blossom is not going to do enough. You need to have a Draw Unlock, and it's a more turn ending. So like in my previous videos and all my previous profiles, I said you really don't want to stop your opponent because you need a monster. But however, since now we're playing Black Garden, you can actually drop a draw, and if they don't do anything, that's fine because Black Garden just solves that problem for you. But I feel like right now, since the format's so new, until we get a feel of it, this is like the standard. I mean, you can play any assortment you want: Vect Veilers, Ghost Ogres, Ghost Reapers, however you want to play it. However, I feel like right now within testing, these 5 hand traps are perfect. However, it might be the same as last format when I'll just feel comfortable with 3 Ash. But until then, these are the 5 that I'm playing, and they've worked out so far so good. So onto the spell cards. That's it for the monsters. As you all know, it's a Crusadia deck, so the monster count is always really high. But we play 1 revival and then 2 powers. So as you guys know, with the recent Forbidden Limitless, Call by the Grave got put to 2, which really, that's the only hit besides Hornet Drones this deck really took. And that really does suck. However, thank you to Konami or the Yu-Gi-Oh gods, because we have an in-deck way to solve hand traps ourselves with Crusadia Power. Some people were playing this at 1, and I feel like now that Call by the Grave is now put down to 2, you just throw in an extra power. That's all you have to do. I've always been an advocate for this card since hand traps are so powerful. You can never guarantee to see the Call by the Grave, and now that it's down to 2, you have less probability to see it. So now it just justifies more playing 2 Crusadia Power. If you don't know what these Crusadia cards do, Crusadia Revival here allows you all Crusadia Link monsters to gain 500 attack. Once per turn, you target a Crusadia Link monster, and it can attack all monsters your opponent controls, which allows you to OTK. Through the Black Garden combo, this is the card you search off with Regulex. Then you activate this card over Black Garden, allowing your Equal Max to come out at full power and just plow over all the tokens for ungodly amount of damage. And Crusadia Power is just the Forbidden Lance, I think, for the deck. Forbidden Lance or Forbidden Chalice, one of the two. It just pretty much says whatever target a Crusadia monster, it's unaffected by card effects this turn except its own. So it's really good. That's it for the Crusadia spells. So on to the new spells. So we play 3 Black Garden. Black Garden's a really good card for the simple fact that this deck needs your opponent to have a monster, and upon testing at locals, once they know what you're playing, guys, they're going to be like, pass, and then Equal Max cannot one-punch your opponent if there is no monster, so Black Garden solves that by giving your opponent a monster. The only reason I really decided on Black Garden was because not only does it give your opponent a monster, it's a revival, so in a sense it's an extender, but Black Garden only will work with Maximus and Arborea. But I wanted a card that would allow me, I wanted the card to be good going first and good going second, and that's what this card is. Going second, it allows you to give your opponent a whole bunch of monsters to whack over, and going first, it's another form of revival for Maximus and Arborea. If you guys have not seen the 2-card and 3-card Black Garden combos I have posted up, please check our videos and see it. There's some pretty cool synergy with the deck with this card, and it was really slept on. I can't remember his name right now. It's like Rashad Hashim or something like that. Shout out to him for showing the community this card. It's a really good card, and I'm very happy I play it. It's really good. Just the ability for you to revive with it is really good. So now we're on to the part of the video where normally I smack down 3 Hornet Drones. However, I'm not going to smack down 3 Hornet Drones. I'm actually not even going to smack down any sort of Sky Striker card. But honorable mentions before I show you guys what I chose to play. You could play 2 Engages and a Hornet. You could play One-Time Passcode. You could play Phantom Knights of Shade Brigadine. You could play all these cards that pretty much generate you a monster, which I highly advise you to do if you're on a budget. And this right here is kind of like the mediocre, kind of like in the middle sort of thing. So what I chose to do since Hornet Drones got limited was I moved to 3 Insta-Fusion. So Insta-Fusion I feel like is now the best option to do. Of course, you pay the 1,000 life, but that doesn't matter. Life points are just a resource in some sense. And now that time is ever so needy, people might argue that Insta-Fusion is not as good because you do pay that 1,000 life when you're going into time. However, Equal Max just punches for games, so it's all right to pay that 1,000. What you do with this, guys, you summon out the Thousand Eyes Restrict monsters, which I'll get to in the extra deck, and it's pretty much, in a sense, another way to chum block without chum blocking, and it's another way to bait cards. Because now without the Hornet drones, you can no longer chum block, and I felt like I couldn't justify just playing one Hornet drone and taking up the extra deck space for one Gigari. But that's what I chose, was Insta-Fusion. I've tested it, and it's worked out phenomenal. You Insta-Fusion for the Millennium Eyes Restrict under the Magius. The Magius triggers, and then if they have any hand trap, the Millennium Eyes just sucks it up, and he can now pretty much in theory the only hand trap that can hit your Magius as long as you have Millennium Eyes Restrict out is Infinite Impermanence, because Thousand Eyes can suck up the Effect Veiler. Even if your game does drag on, drawing into another Insta-Fusion allows you to summon out the normal Thousand Eyes, which allows you to gobble up something, which is good. It's also a good way to force back row and force monster negations, and it allows you to link into Link Rebo, which is really good. So 3 Insta-Fusions is my choice for right now for the RIP Hornet drones. So now we move on to 2 Callbys. We are still a combo heavy deck. We still need to resolve our combos. And as sadly as it says, it's no longer at 3, which I can slightly understand why. However, it will be missed. Not every deck out there has themed Forbidden Lances or Forbidden Chalices, which sucks for those, but however, we're fortunate enough that we have those. However, I still think 2 are mandatory just for the simple fact that sometimes hand traps will hit you. Sometimes you will not open the Insta-Fusion, you will not open the power, so you still need to optimize all the cards you open to allow you to resolve your Magius. And Callby is just a phenomenal card for that. We're still playing the 2 World Legacy and the 1 Monster Reborn. These 3 are pretty much extenders for the deck. They allow you to pretty much accomplish your combo with ease or extend your combo with ease as well. I still like World Legacy Succession. When we get the new Crusadia Crawler card, I might cut this down and test with it and see where we get and what we get just for testing purposes, because then World Legacy Succession will be searchable. It's just something I'm going to test with and see how it goes. But as of right now, before we get Soul Fusion, I think this is the appropriate amount you should play. You don't want to play just 1 because you really kind of want to see it, but you don't want to see it. So I think 2 is appropriate. Monster Reborn's at 1, so you can't really do much about that. So in theory, you're playing 3 Monster Reborns. If by the slim chance you do open both of these, it's just tough luck. It happens. You can't really help it. Probability and luck play a big factor in the game. So on to the 1 and final trap, Crusadia Vanguard. Crusadia Vanguard, if you guys don't know what it does, it allows you to float out from your deck into any Crusadia World Legacy card. It's really good. It gives you that pop on your opponent's turn with Reclusia, so it's really good. I would never play more than 1 of it, on to the extra deck. The extra deck's kind of pretty same, but I'll show you what I got. Show you the spice. We're still doing the 3 Magius. If you guys don't know what Magius does, he is the searcher of the deck for Crusadia monsters. 2 Regulex. Regulex here is the searcher for the spell or traps in the deck. He's really good. Through the Black Garden combo, you use him to search out the Revival, and then you pop the Revival down, then you link up into our Crusadia Ecomax. For all you fans out there who got my hero reference, this is your All Might. He's the guy who Detroit smashes your opponent, so he's really good. He's the boss monster of the deck. I shouldn't really have to explain more of these guys, but they're awesome guys. Like, they are the reason I play this deck. Their artwork, like the playstyle of the deck, it's so fun and so cool. But that's it for the Crusadia monsters. On to the Nightmare monsters. 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, and 1 Unicorn. So Cerberus is back since we decided to cut down the Sky Striker engine and the Rescue Cat engine. However, I do feel like once we get Soul Fusion, this will be the Crusadia Vesperada or whatever her name is. Because right now this deck's problem is not what's in the monster zone, it's what's in the back row, and that's what Phoenix and Unicorn solve. It allows you to spin back and destroy pesky back row, and that's pretty good. So we play the 1 Link Rebo because we do play the Insta-Fusion targets of Millennium Eyes and Thousand Eyes Restrict. And it just is it's a way for you to recur also. So if you Insta-Fusion turn 1, then turn 2, you top deck another Insta-Fusion, you're able to Insta-Fusion out the other Thousand Eyes and then just summon into Link Rebo if they're somehow able to stop the not stop the effect of your, the effect of your Magius. So it just has very interesting synergy. You do play level 1. Also, worst case scenario, Insta-Fusion is a starter and an extender. Droll and Lockbird is a level 1. Sorry guys, I had a brain fart. So you can also go into drill with Droll and Lock with this, so it's pretty good. Trisbania. So this deck's #1 enemy is back row decks like Altergeist and Draco. So Trisbania is a link 3 that we climb up to very easy, that we can sit on and potentially with Vanguard here just banish opponents back row and kind of punish them. So it's pretty good. To the new edition of the deck, we have both Thousand Eyes. So Millennium Eyes Restrict, if you guys don't know what this card does, it says once per turn when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can target one effect monster in your opponent's graveyard, or one opponent your opponent controls or in their graveyard, and equip it to this card. And it allows you to suck up hand traps, every hand trap except for Infinite Impermanence. So it's a good way. You put this under your Magius. You get a search off of your Magius. If they have Ash, Ogre, Veiler, God, and want some Droll and Lockbird, Skullmeister, anything like that, you just suck it up with Millennium Eyes Restrict and continue your day. Thousand Eyes Restrict is in here because it's also another target. I didn't want to play 3 instant fusions for just one target, so I decided to play Thousand Eyes. You just summon this guy. Like I said, it's a Link Rebo target. It's also a baiter, as it's able to bait the back row, bait the monster effects. And if it doesn't, you just gobble up your opponent's problematic monster or big enough monster, put it under it, then link into it. It's really good. It's another start. Another card you could play would be the Ragin. Ragin's another potential card you could summon. However, I don't see, like, this is just easier because it's level 1, so you can instantly make Link Rebo, and then it's a starter. It gives you an arrow pointing down for you to continue through your Crusadia plays. For the last card in the deck, we're still playing 1 FA Dawn Dragster. It still does come up to where you end with the level 4 plus Arborea, so you can just synchro on the Dawn Dragster, which is a spell or trap negation. So guys, we're just going to jump kind of into the side deck. My side deck has not changed at all, but for those who want to know what I'm playing, we'll just get to it. So like I said, guys, you got to play your Field Center and your tokens now that you're playing Black Garden. Shout out to Amber at Game Time for those. For the side deck, we're still playing 3 Shared Ride. I still think this card is really great in this deck and really great in this format, just for the fact that if you're able to establish a pretty decent board going first, you flip this on them, and they just search, and they don't kill you. You should have drawn enough cards that you can kill your opponent. 3 Hey Trunades. This will definitely change to Twin Twisters, especially now since we're going into a very stunny format with a lot of back row reliant decks, such as Altergeist, Sky Strikers, and True Draco. So this right here will just be changed to Twin Twisters. We're playing 3 Red Reboots. Red Reboot will definitely stay in the deck, guys. We need it in order to counter those set 5 pass decks. 3 Effect Veilers. This is the budget option for Infinite Impermanence. However, I do recommend, if you have the money or have them, play Infinite Impermanence over this. However, I just don't have the Infinite Impermanence at the moment, so that's what I'm choosing. And then 3 Mind Crush. I love Mind Crush personally. And in the previous format, Mind Crush will be taken out for they can only be 1. However, I might just keep Mind Crush in depending on how the format goes, just because it's such a powerful card, being able to snipe out the combo pieces from your opponent's hand and getting to see what kind of hand they have, and potentially hitting hand traps is really good. So guys, that's it for the deck profile. This has been Charles. So remember, guys, please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what you think down below of my choice over the Hornet drones. And please, guys, just give me feedback, criticism. I love it. I always love and to take what you guys give and grow from it and learn from it. And just stay tuned for more future content. I should have some dual videos of the new Crusadia up tomorrow night, maybe Sunday or Monday, depending on how the weekend goes. I plan on taking this to a little small friendly group event that we're having. I plan on getting you guys some more deck profiles. However, with the current ban list that just came out, the Vendread deck will have to hold for a little bit, as I think I might just wait for Soul Fusion for the Savior to come out. Other than that, guys, I hopefully get you guys an updated Cosmo, updated Dark Magician should be around the corner at any moment. Shane, who's their editor and everything, he's just been slacking with it because of work and everything. But please, guys, without further ado, good night and have a good day.